I think I'm streaming, and I hope I updated my stream information in time. If it says I'm playing Keeper, that's incorrect today. So let's take a look. No, I did it too fast. I'm not playing Keeper. Oh man. So okay, so I've got to change my stream stuff a little bit before I actually uh, do that. All right, let's make sure that I can hear my own audio, but it was just working yesterday. So nope, nope. It was just working yesterday. So obviously something is broken because I'm hearing I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. Hold on. I feel like I hear a robotic. Uh, okay. Let's try it again. Can I hear my? Let's try it again. Okay. Now it's echoing because I'm actually listening to my own audio, but it sounds better now. So okay, there we go. Thank you for pinning the trick list, Chad. Or oh, rather, uh, okay, there, there we go. I think you pinned the command, Chad. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? I am late to my own stream. Well, I mean, I guess I felt like I was on time, but there were people that were in chat already. We have Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats. Welcome in. How's it going, everybody? Hopefully, it's going well. Once again, we're going to be doing some magic tonight. Unlike the last couple of nights, it has been playing Keeper, but I'm now done with Well, I have beaten Keeper and I streamed it. I may go back and try and get the remaining couple of. I think I had like 4 achievements or something. So we'll see if we end up going back to get those. But anyway, cheating gloves going on. And hopefully everything is going well. How's everybody today? Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. Also, I just realized I need to double check because the thing that I muted so that I don't get double audio was my headset. So I just need to see if I can hear. Okay, good. I can hear my own sound effects. That's good. All right. Awesome. So let's see. I don't know if I have too much to report besides the. E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the bang. Oh yeah, this is a good time for shoutouts. Guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. I actually need the heat map, the song list for this view too. Okay, there we go. And so yeah, guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. E-Room is known as the Pope of Indiana, but we'll stream all sorts of different things, doing in real life things, community games, opening Kinder eggs, just chatting. It looks like you were doing a puzzle, so awesome. Welcome in, E-Room. And of course, welcome in, Felden Kane. Thanks for being the first one to. Oh, wait, no. Chan the Magic Man was the first one to chat today. So, and actually, let's go ahead and give Chan a shout out as well. But Felden Kane is a variety gamer, fellow software developer, and has been streaming 7 Days to Die. I haven't seen you play any of that, so hopefully that's going well. But good to see you, Felden Kane. And also, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's Beats is a music Twitch famous chatter. That's almost like a tongue twister now, but I've gotten it down because I've introduced Charlie that way so many times now. But Also, Charlie's Beats is the signer of the current Twitch decks Ace of Spades. So, but definitely give Charlie a follow. Charlie is a musician, composer, gamer. So definitely give him a follow. And of course, give our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the few other magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. So give him a follow, catch him on Mondays, and he'll be doing Magic Mondays. If you happen to catch him other times, he's playing retro games, Grand Theft Auto, community games. He might stream cooking, he might stream in real life stuff. So, and if you want to see Chan solve a Rubik's Cube, he can solve many of them. Not just one, a lot. Let's see. And Felding says, "Thank you, Nam. Hope you're doing well." Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Can't really complain. Life's good for the most part. I can complain about the one obvious thing, but no need to bog down chat and with my real life stuff. But you guys know. You guys know. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. If you haven't been hydrating, please feel free to hydrate. Trick list is open if anybody wants to request anything. So actually, in the meantime, let's go ahead and find. I think we can find everybody in chat, right? So let's see here. We've got. Here's Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man, E-Room, Felden Kane. Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the 100 bits. Best of luck, sir. Thank you kindly, Felden Kane. Oh, and then of course we have. Oh, let me see if I'm ready for this. I don't even know if my fingers are ready for this. Oh, this is going to be a very bad angle. Okay. I cheated on that one. I cheated on that one. Okay. All right. Actually, yeah, this is not a very good angle because I have to like aim it up. Okay. Ready, set. All right. I think that looked okay. Once again, not the best. But let's see here. And then, did we get everybody? I think that's everybody in chat, right? Okay. But Felden Kane, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the luck as well. I'm hoping to hear back from the company I interviewed with, regardless of the outcome this week. So whether I need to be holding things in wrapped or I could be ecstatic and thrilled that I move on. Even if I do move on, I think there's another interview, so it's not like I get the job right away. I would still need to pass this other interview. So the very very rigorous. It seems as though every place that I've applied to basically has a rigorous interview process that I've worked at basically. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but all right. So here's everybody in chat. We have Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, and after stream ends, they all end up. Let's see. So here we go. Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, E-Room. They all end up going into different streams or they log off for the night. But it appears as though if I start stream, they all end up coming to hang out really early. And so there we have E-Room, Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man, and Charlie's Beats. And that was a version of 4 Burglars. Let me see. Burglars. But with Just people in chat instead. All right, BayJMB. Wow, I almost messed that one up. Welcome in, BayJMB. How's it going? Hi, Nam. How's it going? It's going pretty well. Can't really complain. I mean, I can, but there's no use. So let's just not complain and have a good time. I do feel like. So first, I will first say that I think complaining is healthy to some extent. I don't think you want to complain all of the time because it then makes you seem very negative to other people around you, brings them down. But complaining sometime is okay, and I think it's healthy. Like, if you have no complaints, then that means you don't want the world to change, and maybe you think that this is the way that the perfect world is going to be. And right now, I don't think the world is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane. But also, if you complain, that means you might have hopes, dreams, desires for improving the world. So, and who am I to stifle anybody who wants to improve the world, right? And Chan has requested Coin Matrix. A good choice. Oh wait, it was also a random choice. So excellent, thanks, Chan. And so I've always been practicing this one. Oh, you know what? Should I do? Okay. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna do something completely ill-advised. I'm going to be using jumbo things. Okay. All right. Okay. Shh. Don't tell anybody I did this because I might be breaking some rules of magic. BayJMB says I can. Oh. All right. Let me know when back. In the meantime, I can practice this this crazy version I'm deciding that I'm going to do. But anyway, hopefully everybody's doing well. Okay. All right. I'm also going to wipe the props because, well, you'll see in a minute. Oh, actually, in the meantime, I can probably can I get a better version of this? All right, here we go. And right over my face. Yeah, here we go. One, two, three. Yeah, I think that looked clean. And then let's try this again. Okay, one, two, three. I think that looked good. I think that was fine. Whew. Okay. All right. So today you guys get a very special regular coin matrix. We are not going to be using coins. We are not going to be using standard sized cards for this particular performance right now. We are going to be using, first of all, I'm going to be using the jumbo cards right here. And we're not using regular coins. We're going to be using hard drive platters. That's right. You can see how shiny they are, which is why I was trying to wipe them right before. So here we have 4 shiny hard drive platters. They are about the size of my entire palm, just a little bit smaller. At first I thought those were GameCube games. Yeah, they're, I would say, slightly smaller than GameCube games, but these are from small old laptop hard drives. I think they were like from a Toshiba, and it was like maybe 80 gig hard drive, so they're tiny. But anyway, so here we go. I'm going to be placing uh, 4 hard drive platters in 4 corners of the mat. I'm going to be covering each one with a gigantic playing card. Why do I need a gigantic playing card? Well, because these are way bigger than a regular coin. So, and now we're going to just straighten these up. Alstro Art, welcome in. How's it going? I remember when 80 gigs was large. Yeah, I know, right? That was. You can even see how reflective this is, right? Hopefully, you guys don't see any magical stuff, but yeah, like look, it's hey, it's like a mirror. Like, okay, so I'm gonna make this one jump from here to there. Okay, all right, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but that and now 1, 2, and 3, and then this last one, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And that, my friends, is the coin matrix with 4 tiny hard drive platters. Astro Art, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Astro Art has the trophy of being able to say that Astro Art is my very first paid Patreon member. So thank you so much, Astro Art, for the continued support. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Feldenkane, Bay JMB, Astro Art. All right. Okay, so now that we've done that version, okay, that was just a warm up. Those coins, I mean, weren't that huge. So here's the real reason. Here's the real reason. We're now going to be doing the coin matrix with even larger hard drive platters. So these were the ones we just used. This is now the size of the hard drive platters that we will now be using. Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm having fun with this. So these are gigantic. So let me just, I'm gonna need some room here. Okay, all right. Can we? Yeah. Okay. All right. So once again, same big cards. I'm gonna cover each hard drive platter. I've been thinking if I do like a weird version of this that we should give it a funny name, right? Like so like fast downloads or something. Anyway, all right. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just okay. All right. Ready? Okay. I'm gonna make this one jump from here to there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now we're gonna make this one jump from here to there. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And then this last one. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if this gives it away, by the way, but I was amused. So, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I was actually thinking maybe this could be like fast download or something, because you can transfer. And I think these were like 200 gigs in the hard drive that they were in. Let's go even further beyond, says Alistair Art. All right. Well, if you guys want to send me gigantic hard drive platters, feel free, and I will. I'll do my best. Oh, that E flat guy says, "Are those cards larger than a standard deck?" And welcome in that E flat guy. And yes, the short answer is these cards are gigantic. Um, and also, hello. Yes. No, I still don't know how. All right. Welcome in, Beth. Kinda, sorta. How's it going? Yeah, thanks for giving a shout out to that E flat guy. Guys, we're not following our friend that E flat guy. That E flat guy is a musician, pianist. I had the pleasure of meeting that E flat guy at TwitchCon Las Vegas in 2023, and also that E flat guy is also a mod for GipsonLens that I also mod for, and I always hear the story. That E flat guy, his name is Ryan. Ryan and GipsonLens Bert also started streaming at about the same time. So I wasn't sure if that was a perspective trick. No, no, that was I literally. So here's that card, and then here's the size of a normal poker size playing card. Actually, yeah, if you were at you have these cards, right? So if you were at my interactive workshop, so it's about the size of 4 regular standard playing cards. It's a little bit narrower, but that's for the most part. Yep, I remember those TwitchCon cards. Yep. So there you go. Maybe my brain is not fast enough in the evening. No, no. I mean, that hopefully that's a testament to how well I performed it, Beth. So thank you kindly for the feedback. um, Best free gift I got at the convention. I'm not gonna lie. I have seen the Princess Nah. Welcome in. How's it going? Nah, raid. Welcome in the owl. Welcome in Princess Nah. How are you doing today? Welcome in the keyboard grinder. How's it going? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for the raid. Princess Nah, how was the stream? What were you doing? Were you doing good? How are you, Crazy? Not bad. I'm doing pretty good. Were you doing art or were you singing today? Last time I secretly lurked in your stream like in the middle of the week. You were doing art. So broken. I was trying to game. Oh, okay. Mr. Blu-ray, look at Crazy Asian being the best ever. Oh, thank you kindly, Mr. Blu-ray, and also welcome in first time chat. Princess Nas rating, yeah. All right. I don't know if I know everybody, but welcome in. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. And tonight is Sleight of Hand Sunday, and so I've structured my stream mostly like a music stream, except instead of performing music, I just do magic tricks. And so I actually have a streamer song list. There's no songs in it. It's all magic tricks. So feel free to peruse and take a look around. But let me go ahead and do something for the Raiders. So if you end up seeing me randomly, you should do a music. You should do a magic trick that uses music. I am not very good at doing things to the music, so we're not gonna do that. A music trick, Let me try and come up with one. Oh, all right. Have you guys heard of this song called "Golden"? Um, by it's from the movie K-pop Demon Hunters. So let's pretend we're just gonna have a card that represents um, Huntrix. So here, the two of spades. It's going to represent Huntrix, and I guess Chris M. Yee. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we're going to go ahead and put Huntrix into the middle of the deck. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the lyrics. OMG musician equals music magician. Princess. Okay, Bob. All right. But here's the thing. Have you heard the lyrics to the song? They're going up, up, up. And I don't know if you could tell, but as it goes up, 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 it actually goes from the middle of the deck to the top. I don't know. Did you see it travel? It traveled. It traveled from the middle all the way up to the top because look, here it is. There's the two of spades. Now, they're going to get knocked down again, but we're just going to go ahead and they're going to go up, up, up. And here, Huntrix has reached the top of the charts again for the second week in a row. And now for the third week, certainly they can't stay at the top. And, maybe you check the charts a little bit too early. They haven't filled out that's some other card. But they're going up, up, up. And I don't know if you can tell, but the two of spades, in this case, Huntrix has reached the top of the Billboard charts again. Now, some people thought that it's just the music, right? But actually, the movie, the K-pop Demon Hunters movie, it's just been also at the top of the streaming charts. So some people think that perhaps when it was on Netflix, it started out low. It wasn't going to get that high, so it would have just been buried under a sea of movies, and then it would be buried under a sea of other movies. And for the first week it came out, it was not number one. It certainly wasn't at the bottom. It had a very decent, mediocre showing. But after the first couple of weeks, it has become number one streaming movie. And that is one of the tricks that you will see if you ever saw me in real life. I do that one quite a bit. And then let's go ahead and find... Let's see. You know what? Let's find all of the queens. These can represent all of the characters. Oh, thank you for the follow, the owl. Someone should give you a golden medal. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's. Oh wait, I was gonna find all the queens, not the twos. Normally I would do it with the twos, but I mean the card that we selected. Hold on. Okay. Oh no, I'm missing one. There. Okay. Jimmy Page, welcome in. How's it going? Nam, so I'm learning the double push off down, double lift right now. It seems pretty easy if I use my index finger to partial lift and exposed. Also, the way you angle the deck matters a lot. Yes. Okay, those all sound right. So yeah. Anyway, good luck learning it. Hopefully you enjoy it. And Princess Na, gonna raid and run. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you, Princess Na. Thank you so much for the raid and bringing your community over. And hopefully you have a good night. Remember to hydrate, stretch, sleep well, and good to see you. All right. So here we've got the four queens, which three of them will represent the members of Huntrix. So let's pretend this is Rumi. And then let's pretend that Hearts, that's Zoe, right? And then we have Mira, she'd be the diamonds. And then the other one can represent, I don't know, Celine, I guess. That's the only one. But let's get somebody's attention. And so here's how we get somebody's attention in this deck. If I just give that a twist, I'm going to get the attention of Zoe, which should be the Queen of Hearts. But now, don't look away. This is the part that's going to get people. Now, if we try and get somebody else's attention, in this case, Celine, Zoe turns herself face down, and Celine looks face up. I know, that's super weird, right? That's a little bit weird. Don't lose sleep over it. I'm going to hold the packet, give another magical twist, and this should bring up Mira. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, spoiler warning, by the way, for K-pop Demon Hunters. So Rumi sometimes has trouble getting attention because she doesn't want to go to the bathhouse because she has hidden monster markers, patterns on her. And so even if I give this a magical twist and I try and call Rumi, she doesn't want to come to the bathhouse. I mean, obviously she doesn't want to come to the bathhouse with me because I'm a dude, but even if I give it two magical twists, she still doesn't want to come to the bathhouse. But actually, if there's anybody out there that is on desktop, if you can click directly on the screen on this packet of cards, maybe you can convince Rumi to show her face. All right, we got one so far. Is that all the magic we can muster? Is there anybody else? We got two. We got two. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. So with that, oh, three, four. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. And now here we go with all four, five, six. With all of this, I think that was enough so that you can invite Rumi to the bathhouse. And look, she comes out to the bathhouse at the end of the movie. Spoiler. That, my friends, is a K-pop Demon Hunters themed version of twisting something, twisting the aces. Delicious. All right. All right. So I think I missed a couple of messages. Let's see. Somebody should give me a gold medal. Thank you, Princess Na. Good night, Princess Na. Good Magic says the owl. Thank you for the compliment. Jimmy Page, what's up, my guy? Says the keyboard grinder. And let's see. I see that Charlie, you've requested something. You've placed it right on the play pause marker on mobile. Oh, well, see, so I know that the heat map doesn't work on mobile, so I specifically tell people who are on desktop. So even if you were to click on mobile, it wouldn't work. So Anyway, thank you kindly for the hypes and claps and emotes. Charlie's Beats, That E Flat Guy, Alstro Art, Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats. Just in time for the ad break. All right. Let me know when back. Oh, whoops. I'm bad at spelling. Back. Anyway, so those of you who are subbed, you guys get to hear me. Baby got back. I like big. No. See, you guys get benefits for being subbed. You guys get to hear my debauchery off that would have been interrupted by ads. All right, so next up we have a request for Charlie. I can request, or sorry, I can request. Of course, I can request whatever tricks I want, but okay, I'm gonna. Normally, I would do this with the jokers, but we're gonna do it with the namesake, the actual one-eyed jacks for completion. Charlie's got the twerk emote. Wait, is Twitch having that same issue again of loading some things? Because I am sometimes seeing some of those occur. Is anybody getting any lost messages? Okay, alright. Where were we? Oh, yes. Let me also find the card. Back! It was clutch to get the K-Pop Demon Hunter straight before the ad break. I wonder if GipsonLens has done a review of the film. So, Ryan, I don't believe GipsonLens has seen K-Pop Demon Hunters. If he has, I'll be very disappointed that he did not tell me that he saw it. No lost messages, but looking up emote seems to bring an error, then it works. Oh, okay. All right. That's exactly what I was seeing. Yeah. That black guy says, what? I think that's the appropriate. Yeah. What? Yeah. No, I don't think GipsonLens has seen K-pop Demon Hunters. So I'm sorry to burst your bubble of that, but anyway. All right. Let's go ahead and do this trick for Charlie's Beats. And I'll also make sure that that E flat guy picks up his jaw from the floor. All right, first order of business. We've got the two one-eyed jacks. The two one-eyed jacks in the deck are the two jacks with one eye. So in this case, they are the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Spades. Now, these two guys are very good at finding your card. In this case, the requester of the trick, Charlie's Beats, has signed the Ace of Spades. By the way, we've got about 10 cards left in this deck. If anybody wants to sign a card, we try and fill up a whole deck before I switch over to a new deck, and then every card opens up again, and there we go. So if you want to sign a card, you guys have the option. Now, I'm going to place a card in between the two jacks. In this case, it doesn't matter what this is. All we need to know is that it can't possibly be Charlie's Beats signed Ace of Spades. But we're going to go ahead and cut these jacks into the middle of the deck. Oh, that E-flat guy says, I know he doesn't have much interest in animated films, but it's such a talked about one that I thought he would have seen it by now. Yeah, I think it's not for a lack of the fact that people have tried to get him to watch it, but I mean, it's just, yeah, there's too much hype. He doesn't like K-pop, but if he does watch it, I'm gonna try and be there. I don't know if GipsonLens is secretly listening or anything, but anyway, so those jacks are now in the middle of the deck. I'm now gonna go ahead and I'm going to cut Charlie's Beats Ace of Spades into the middle of the deck. And so here we go. We will give those two jacks just a quick moment to try and search for the card. Now, when I spread the deck, you'll see that there is a card in between the two jacks. That's not surprising because I did put a card in there. However, there was precisely one card that it could not have been, and that card was Charlie's Beat signed Ace of Spades. So what card is it now? Well, if I show you, you will see it is the one card it could not have been. And that, my friends, is One-Eyed Jack Sandwich. I don't see his name in chat. Yeah, I don't think he's seen any. I've seen him today. I did kind of make him do some more mod stuff recently because I actually just played through Keeper. So yesterday and 3 days ago, I played Keeper. I think I spent about 8 hours going through the entire game and playing a little bit extra. But if anybody has not played Keeper and you like exploration puzzle games, weird cerebral stuff, trippy visuals, and great controls, I recommend playing Keeper by Double Fine. And GipsonLens, he is a software developer that works for Double Fine. So, thank you kindly for the collapse. Alstro Art, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, thank you kindly. Dom, which is your favorite Torn and Restored? I have not really practiced many Torn and Restored Jimmy Page, but I do have a Torn and Restored plot that I came up with that I liked on my YouTube. Actually, yeah. While I'm here, I do want to share a few YouTube videos of mine. So I actually created a couple of original K-pop Demon Hunter tricks. I don't do them that often, and I don't have all the cards like separated and ready to perform them, but I came up with this one. If anybody wants to watch this K-pop Demon Hunters trick video, so I would say that's an original trick. I'll even drop them in my Discord as well. Then I made one for Soda Pop, which was this one. And then let me see, for Jimmy Page, Torn, uh, is it this one? Hold on, let me just quickly look at this. Yes, okay. I am tempted. Okay, Jimmy Page, this one is a trick that I called Torn and Reloaded. So it's kind of a Torn and Restored and card matrix. So actually, do you guys want to watch one of these? I'm just sharing them. But I did just perform. Let me see here. That. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I might have to pop a cough drop in a second. But, so this is a trick that I did. I guess I put it up 2 years ago now. Let me see. Show and tell. Share. This screen. Okay. I need to. Oh, whoops. That is. I need to put it under. Okay.
Hi everybody, now I'm here to
Do this. Okay, there we go. So that's that third YouTube link that I have right there. This is a trick that I called Torn and Reloaded. Let me make sure you can hear the audio. Okay, here we go. Wait.
Today we're going to do magic with playing cards, and today I would like to present to you a trick that I'm calling Torn and Reloaded. Alright, first things first, if I had a spectator, they could sign a card. Doesn't really matter what card it is, but let's pretend it's this one, and I don't really have a spectator here, so let's go ahead and just sign it. Let's spectator is me! Exclamation point, smiley. So if you couldn't tell, I've started playing Baba is you. So okay, so we have our signed, in this case, 4 of diamonds. Looks like this. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to need to go ahead and put some folds into this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it. Now, we're going to go ahead and fold it so that we have some nice lines to rip this along. Now, if you can't tell, my origami skills are a little weak, so I'm going to need to be pretty good about trying to rip these into semi about the same pieces, same size-ish pieces.
Still true. My origami
But
skills are weak.
all right, so we've got our folds in, and actually, oh, hold on, don't need this anymore. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and rip this now. Okay, so the inspiration for this trick, actually, because I went to a magic convention, and one of my magician friends did not know how to do the basic coin matrix, and you wouldn't have thought it, but we couldn't find 4 coins immediately. So we grabbed a card, we ripped it into 4 pieces like this, and I proceeded to teach him how to do the coin matrix with 4 ripped up corners of cards and 4 cards. So first things first, you set them up like this. You grab 4 cards, and then we're going to go ahead and place a card over each one of the ripped cards, like this. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to teleport this corner up to that corner. Watch, ready? And then we're going to do the same thing with this one up there. And then we'll do the last one. And there we have it. So we have all 4 of these together.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Now,
kind of
there's
impressed
one
at
more
how clean
thing
that
for
looked.
this trick,
And I did the
that
thing.
is if we end up having to put these back together, I just kind of scoop them all up. And look, if I just go ahead and I just place them here, blow on it, and all we have is all of these cards have now melted their edges together. If you don't believe me here, I'm just going to do one of the edges. And we have this all melted together. And then we have this also melted together.
Crazy
And if you
Asian's
take a
last
look,
tape.
this is indeed our 4 of diamonds. Spectator is me. Signed card. If you were here, you could inspect this as well. So there we have it, and that is my handling and performance of a trick that I'm currently calling Torn and Reloaded. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
Okay, and that was that was my torn and reloaded trick. So I don't have any torn and reloaded, or sorry, torn and restored tricks on my trick list because for a time I didn't want to destroy cards. I probably have enough cards I can destroy some now, but I'm not practiced, and I think they're all upstairs. So I don't want to destroy any of these cards. But yeah, so that was kind of my idea. The story that I told in that was true. I did have a magic friend that he and I went to a convention. He didn't know the basic coin matrix, so I showed him, but we tore a card up and just used the 4 corners of a card as the coins. So, but that was, I would say it's relatively original. You know, it wasn't just me, it was like me and him. But for anybody who's familiar with Mike 2600, he's he was the other magician. So if you need some corroboration, there you go. Now you have a way. Jimmy Page says, I'm thinking of making my own, it's including a third layer with a corner rip, having a small piece of flash paper, so when I use a lighter to melt the piece back, it sparks up a bit. That sounds really nice. If you haven't seen any lectures where other magicians talk about their versions of Torn and Restored, there's actually quite a few interesting solutions. Not just with layers, but just like creative, like origami printed papers and things like that. So Yeah, I would say try and look up some other torn and restored and look at those. You might get some cool ideas. But I have to get better at peeling. Oh, if you're custom creating cards, yeah, get a card splitter. You'll still need like good skills to do it, but it'll be easier if you get some of the tools that let you do it. Just to fill everybody else in, what we're talking about is there's this element of magic that we magicians sometimes called arts and crafts. So a lot of what I do is sleight of hand, and oftentimes does not require any arts and crafts. But there's some magic tricks that do require arts and crafts, and that's just kind of what we do. So I'm using Blake Voigt's regeneration as inspiration. Oh, okay, interesting. Card splitters cost like $100. Too much for you. Yeah, I mean you've got to be really dedicated to actually want to get the card splitter. You can. So for anybody who is not aware of what card splitting is, I'm just going to explain it really quick. But let's pretend you have a card and a typical playing card. I'm not actually going to do it to this, but oh wait, hold on. I do have one card that. Okay, so this is just a. You know what? I'm gonna do it down here. So this is just one of the extra insert cards that come in a bicycle deck usually, and so these cards typically have three layers. There's the layer that would be considered the face, one layer that would be considered the back. Here in this case, the front and the back are just kind of whatever. But like on a playing card that you could tell like one's the back, one's the front. And then there's a center layer. And there's so many layers because they want to prevent the ability of people seeing the other side of the card when a light shines through, or in this case, possibly blocking the light. But what you can do is you can split those three layers apart. You have to both be very delicate, and one of the mechanisms for if you have a card splitter, you could buy the thing, but if you were to do it manually, you'd basically have to flex this card continuously like this until it gets very soft. And then eventually you'll be able to like poke at the corners and then fray an edge, and then you'd be able to peel off either the entire face or the entire back or both, and you could replace it with something. You can replace it with a fun thing, or you can do interesting things like you've seen my blank cards, right? Maybe leave the back and then just have like a blank front. You could do that. You can replace it with other things. You can have maybe you could take off the back of one card and then have the back of another card and just peel off the front and have two backs, that kind of thing. So, but yes, that kind of thing exists. And we call that arts and crafts because you have to do arts and crafts to be able to uh, do something. So obviously, the thing that you end up making, hopefully, it helps you achieve some magical effect. But yeah. So at this point, let me just flex this a little bit while we are waiting for the ad break to complete. Let me know when people are back from the ad break. I guess that doesn't. I can't remember. Yeah. Let me know when back. Once again, I'm bad at typing. But let's see if I can do. I'm not very good at this usually, so. Alright, here we go. One, two, and. Nope. Okay. Where did that go? That's okay. The people who saw that were subscribers. Well, everybody else maybe just saw. Okay. My magician friend can produce cards like that. Yeah. All right. Here we go. One, two. Huh. Okay. There we go. Hoo-ya! There we go. One, two, and hoot. Hoo-ya! Okay. There we go. That was my right hand. All right. Let's try. I don't know where they come from. Oh, okay. This is called the back palm. So this is a sleight called the back palm. One, two, and okay. One, two, and nope, that was very bad. So I'm very rusty, but yeah. Wow, insane! It looks just like that. Yeah. So the move is called the back palm. If you look it up, you'll be able to find methodology. Two and I shot it that way. So my left hand is way worse, I think. Okay. All right. Let's do a solid. Okay. One, two. Okay, one, two, and there we go. Okay. So wait, you telling you could produce 10 cards from your back palm just like that? Um, I can't. There is methodologies to produce 10 cards that way. Yes. I can't really do like two or three. Like my max is like two or three. So as far as like my skill, like I've struggled with one like just now. So, but yeah. Well, let's see. One, two. There you go. Yeah, there are so the kind of magicians who will do the kind of manipulation. They call it card manipulation, and they have so much skill. But the feats that of things that they do with their fingers and hands and stuff to manipulate cards is insane. Like it's kind of crazy. Looks super clean though with just one. Yeah, I mean, so if you can do one, at least that opens up the possibility that you can do more. But like I've seen, let me see here. Yeah, like I can't. I think I would have trouble producing two. Like I can make two disappear, but then when I make them come back, I'd have to make both of them come back at the same time. I don't have the skill to separate them. Yeah, he's been doing it for 40 years. Oh man, so yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, if it looks very similar to like kind of what I just did, then you know, whoops, similar except way better. Yeah. Yeah. So Jimmy, yeah, just look up back palm if you are curious. I guess for anybody else who, I don't recommend trying to learn it unless you're going to actually get into card manipulation. It's difficult. Let's see here. Yeah, actually, can I? It's not gonna look good here because I have this bad. Like I have to do it at this angle over here. But here, I'll just give everybody. By the way, since I don't really use this on stream, but I see some people on social media. So the back palm is basically a palm where you are hiding a card behind your hand, and it's basically going to be hidden in your palm like this. So you're basically hiding a card like this, and that's effectively what it looks like. Okay, so that's where it is. And so, all right. So now that I've just given you the secret, right? So one, two, and nope. See, I can't do it at this angle. So one, two. So you can still see potentially that it's there, but if you keep it moving like farther away, people won't notice. And then you bring it. Whoops. Then you bring it back. That was very bad. Had to be a little deeper. One, two. That was a good vanish. I could not reproduce it there. One, two. Also, I'm very close to the mat. One, two. All right. Yeah, and also like you can kind of see. Oh, so that was really that's really good. I'm hiding it very well right now. So the reason why I'm okay with showing that is that there are people who, and if you might have seen a little bit of this from the movie Now You See Me, the second one, I believe. So they actually do some card manipulation with like a thing in the movie, and they can hide the card in their hand. And then there's a technique where you can actually turn your hand around and then you re-palm it on the front side. Like it's kind of crazy. And the people who could do that, I'm just like, that is insane. Insanity. All right, so trick list is open. If anybody wants to request any magic, feel free. Let me know if that was interesting. I mean, we can continue talking about it. But otherwise, yeah, let me know. Let's see. I just imagine they had some device shooting cards straight to the back of the palm and that they catch them. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, there was one incident or there was one scene where there is a device that does do something in Now You See Me too, but for the most part, most of those sleights are real sleights that you can do without the aid of mechanical devices. The problem is that when you do something like that, you basically need to have very consistent skill, and all of the shots that they take with the cards seems virtually impossible to get all of those without messing up, without getting caught. So it's just even if there was a 50-50, even if they were good like 90% of the time, but they missed it 10% of the time, I think they took so many shots, like they should have missed it like at least like twice. Jimmy Page asks, Nam, could you do a children's magic show if a family member asked you? Um, so good news, bad news. Good news, I have done a children's magic show, and for a family, like a family member, I could totally do it. Um, Bad news is that I don't like to do children's magic shows. I like to entertain adults, and if you've seen like my brand of magic and like my jokes here, so all right, well, here's what we're gonna do. How strong is your sponge ball routine? I don't have a sponge ball routine. I have sponge balls. I just got them, and so we can start. Here we go. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this sponge ball, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it into my mouth. Are those 1 inchers? Yes, I believe they are 1 inch sponge balls. Okay, so let's see. So here's what I'm going to practice right now, right? So actually, this could be sponge ball practice. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the sponge ball, put it in this hand. Where's the Sharpie? So now we can go ahead and use the magic wand and say 1, 2, and 3. That sponge ball has disappeared. Where's the sponge ball? Well, you guys saw it. Man, that's way different than a coin. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Wherever we even put the red dots, you can eat them. Oh yeah, that's right. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's very poor, I think. Um, so now I can say, okay, all right. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to squeeze the sponge ball really tight. Put it in your hand. Okay, and then they can hold it, squeeze it, make sure that it's there. We're going to multiply the sponge balls. There we go. So let's see. So now we have got 2 sponge balls. Um, let's see. What? Yeah, wherever we put. Oh yeah, I can eat the. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can eat the heat map. Hold on. If that's what you want. Here. Delicious. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a sponge ball routine, so I got them because I started doing magic gigs, and so I figured having some would be not yeah, lol. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and squeeze these 2 sponge balls. We can put them in your hand. Go ahead and squeeze. Make sure that there's no. But we could just. I think you might want 2 inches. Nah, size shouldn't matter. I don't think. Clearly, it's not quantity either. It's obviously. Sorry, quality shouldn't matter either. It's quantity, right? And so, here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead, yeah. I'm gonna squeeze these 3, put them into this hand, squeeze them, make sure that there's no way you can get an extra one. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then have you guys heard of contact juggling? If you try and contact juggle, no, well, you can't do it with sponge balls. You can't contact juggle sponge balls. That's I just took my first SpongeBob class. You know, I never thought that I would hear that sentence, but when you say it, as a magician, it makes perfect sense. And I think if you take it out of context and there's no magic, it's like, what is going on? Right? Like, from a guy who won second place in all of Latin America in a show. Feldon Kane's got the Bezos lol and cool story, SpongeBob. So, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. One of my friends was wondering, like, how many sponge balls can you possibly fit into like a spectator's hand and like not have them notice? And the thing is, it's like the bigger the sponge balls, right? Obviously, you can notice. All right, the rabbit sponge routine seems cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could do it. Like, you can just pretend that they're rabbits, right? And so you know, grab all the sponge balls, put them in your spectator's hand, have them squeeze it, and then maybe they might multiply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and so of course, if we just go ahead and just grab all seven, shove them into your hand. I mean, at this point, they might be starting to know that there's something in there. Okay, but look, they can have some more babies. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no. Ugh. Yeah, this is the first time you guys have ever seen me use SpongeBob's before, because this is the first time I've ever pulled them out. um, GipsonLens says, still haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Welcome in, Bert. How's it going? You confirmed my claim about your viewing of K-pop Demon Hunters and that you haven't seen it, so it's okay. Only Ryan, I think, was the one who was flabbergasted. It was unsurprising to me, obviously, because we talked about it. Jimmy Page asks, any idea who you will want to watch to learn sponge routines from? I already have some like general concepts of SpongeBob magic, so I'm just gonna watch a bunch of performances and just pick and choose the best things that suit my personality. So it's not so much a who will I learn from, it's a what what am I going to steal from other people's performances that are already freely available? Because I think I know enough to follow the slights. That's not a big deal. Who lives in a small box under the stairs? Sponge, ball, round, pants. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Feldon. I'm picking up what you're putting down. um, let's see here. You know what we should do? I should. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to come up with a trick on the fly right here, right now. Wait. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So boom, 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 boom. No, that doesn't work. All right. The trick that I had in mind was not going to work. So instead, I should just do a different trick. Okay, let's see here. let me put hair razor into the queue for myself. And let me see. Sorry, coming up with tricks on the fly is difficult. Okay. All right. Let's start with this, doing this and this. Okay. And this. Okay. All right. Okay. I was thinking, let's try. I was like, can I figure out a way to theme? So, for those of you who didn't know, my last two streams that happened earlier this week were keeper streams, and I was trying to come up with some magic tricks that we could do for keeper, and just in time for an ad break. But I was like thinking, can I do a trick with keeper? And I'm like, I don't know, but so I'm trying to brainstorm some right now. Now that GipsonLens is in chat, but um, yeah. So let me know when back. And also, if you've been sitting for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Tonight I'm having pumpkin spice tea. So that is what we are having tonight. Let's see. Good news today. I turned on the U-Beat machine for the first time in like 2 or 3 months. So it is working. I should probably figure out if I can stream that this week because I think I want to. I should probably figure out which day. I think the likelihood of me streaming Mondays is typically very low just because this is usually a late stream and then I'm like just scrambling to do stuff Mondays. So that's why like basically any other day during the week is more likely for me to stream. Which is unfortunate because Mondays begin with the letter M and Magic begins with M, Magic Monday. So one of my magician friends actually just got a gig, recurring gig at a pizza place nearby. So he's going to be doing magic every Monday for a couple hours at this specific pizza place. I'm like, dude, that's cool. I'm not entirely sure exactly where he lives, but like this pizza place is very close to where I live, so I'm still sick, so still got a thing in my throat. Oh crap! I okay. I thought I just shuffled the deck, but I didn't. I set up for the trick. So if I trust your stream manager, ads are done. Oh, okay, awesome. Wait, where on the stream manager does it say that the ad is done? That's something I need to know. All right. So, okay. Here we have. We are going to have GipsonLens, one of the software developers of at Double Fine that worked on Keeper. We have a two of hearts and then a three of hearts. There are other software developers. I mean, not specifically these people, but let's see. GipsonLens says, well, in other channels I would see in the mod view, but they don't show there here for some reason. In Stream Manager, it tells you when the next ad is starting. What? Really? That's weird. Okay, I've got to figure that out. All right. So here I have two cards that I'm going to need the help of, and these are going to represent the couple of different modes that you can see while playing Keeper. So the first mode is that you are a lighthouse, and the second one is a surprise. But I've seen people with bots that tell them when the ads are over. Yes, I've seen those people with bots, so I've got to figure that out. I haven't, unfortunately, I just haven't prioritized it, which is my fault. But anyway, so GipsonLens, software developer uh, at Double Fine, going to dig deep into the code to try and find issues, but will end up surfacing actually a bug that will help improve the gameplay experience. One of which I called out during stream, which was shining two lights at an actuator. And then, of course, we've got the two of hearts here, and they too will surface. Malhaku, welcome in. Saribot is great and is the one that does that. Oh, okay. Welcome in, Malhaku. How's it going? And that was a second um, developer at Double Fine. And now the third one, they will dig deep into the code to fix a bug. Maybe this will be the one that I found. This this will be uh, the sound that keeps on. However, near release time, when the game gets shipped, then all of the developers have to start working on bugs to fix it very quickly, and so they don't have time necessarily to. So we're just going to go ahead and find that third software developer. They're going to come back up to the top. The second software developer, and they will also come back. And then the first software developer, in this case GipsonLens. There we go. Now, um, so at this point, we've got our Joker here, and our other Joker there, and we've got the thing is, here are all the software developers at Double Fine that worked on Keeper, right? And at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about the experience that you get just because they coded a thing. It's the entire experience that they get from anywhere. If you were here, I could have somebody say stop. Let's say here. And but the entire experience isn't just individual bits and pieces that they coded, right? And so if we just go ahead and let's see, show you that here's a jack, and let's pretend that this was the intention of what the entire gameplay experience should have been. All of those software developers will then provide the full experience, and you'll see the game for what it is. One very strong, cohesive, matching experience. And even though the software developers put in all the time, work, and effort, it should almost look like they did not meddle with anything to ruin the experience. And that, my friends, is Hair Razor themed as Keeper. I don't know. Keeper's fresh in my mind, so. But anyway, welcome in, Malhaku. How's it going? Thanks for the suggestion for Saribot. I'll just put that in some notes somewhere. I've seen Saribot around. I don't really know the nuances of many or all of the different bots. So, and once I got one thing that was working, and I was like, I'm not gonna change it right now. But thank you, Nam. Thank you, Bert, and thank you kindly for the claps. And Gibson Lens, Felden Kane, E Room. Malhaku, it's going. This week has had some high highs and some low lows. So now I'm mostly just exhausted, says Malhaku. Well, my sympathies. Hopefully, you feel better. and that your low lows are pushed aside. And you know what? You know what, Malhaku? I'm gonna give you a warm, big, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. There you go. I know that might have not changed your life state, but if it if it made you laugh, worth it. Okay, let's see. That was Hair Razor. Oh, I did do the coin matrix earlier, but we did it with ridiculous stuff. Maybe I should just do the regular one, and then I can also follow it up with the cardless one. Okay, so here we go. Doing this. All right, covering each coin with a card, and then making each coin jump from corner to corner. First one, 1, 2, and 3 have jumped. And then we will go ahead and set them here. And what we will do is we are now going to make these jump, but using just my hands, no cards for cover this time. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. 1, 2, 3 over here, 1 over there, and 4. And then I've been liking to do the new finale. Boom, boom, and 1, 2, and that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. So the cardless coin matrix actually does have a name, but I don't want to necessarily call it out by its real name because it could be offensive. And some people might say it could be offensive to me. It doesn't specifically offend me, but being Asian in general. So the original name of the cardless coin matrix is called Chinka Chink. But it was not intended to be like derogatory in any way. It was intended to be like the sound that coins make when you hit them together. And that's there's a guy named David Roth. David Roth, he had like this crazy like educational maybe VHS series of coin magic, and this was I think one of his tricks. But yeah, like the name certainly flew under the radar like decades ago, but probably would not fly under the radar now. So I just call it the cardless coin matrix instead of Chinka Chink. But anyway, there's some magic history for you. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps. Felden Kane. Oh, Charlie's Beats is requesting Jumping Gemini, which is one of the newest tricks on the list. We just put it on the list last week. Let me see. I'm just gonna give myself credit for cardless coin matrix, and actually, I did do coin matrix again. Good call, says Felden Kane. Yeah, certainly. I don't want to get canceled just because somebody else named a trick and I just call it mindlessly. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps. E-Room, and E-Room's got the jump on it, jump on it. So for anybody who didn't know, I like to dance, and at weddings and big dance parties and stuff, I'm not shy about being like the first person to get on the dance floor. So, but yeah, jump on it, jump on it. All right, hold on. I want to do this a little bit more cool than I did last time. Actually, closer to how I did it on my video. So let's go ahead and make sure I have the correct things. Malhuku says, I'm like that, and Nam outdoes me from what I've seen. Yeah, I think I'm not that different from how I used to be, except that maybe my stamina is lower, just because I'm older now. But otherwise, I'm still gonna get out there. I actually might have a new variety of dance moves because I just watch like K-pop music videos and stuff, so I'm getting K-pop dance moves. I don't deliberately try to emulate them, but you know, they might be seeping into the mind somehow. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Here we go. All right, so this trick is called Jumping Gemini. And let me remember. So basically, this is no refreshing, and I did not do anything different. I didn't like practice it or anything. So let's see how well it goes. All right. So first things first, we have 4 cards, and like any Monty game, there is a money card. Try and follow the money card. And so I just want to show you that the money card is this one, the Queen of Spades. So follow the Queen of Spades. Now, if I was to reverse count the cards, you would expect that the Queen of Spades is on the top, right? But actually, no. It's actually here. It's second from the top. I know, that's super weird. But now if I was to reverse count it again, you would expect it to be third from the top. So it should be right here. Well, you are correct. Um, but now if I reverse count it again, you would expect it to be in the second position, but it's not. It's actually over here in the bottom position. All right, cool. So anyway, are you guys following along? All right, so follow the money card. So I'm going to reverse count, and a lot of people would say it's on the top. Nope, it's actually here second from the top. All right, now here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Now, some people would probably say it's in third position. I'm like, no, no, no. It's actually right here on the top. See? So now let me go ahead and remove it from the packet. But if we just go ahead and grab it and put it back, it's actually still over here on the top. Now, if we go ahead and I take it and place it on the bottom, it's actually still here on the top. I know, it's super weird, right? No matter if I take it and put it on the bottom, it will actually come up to the top. If I go ahead and I remove it from the packet again, all I have to do is take it and put it back, and look, it's just right here on the top. Now, at some point, somebody's going to be like, whoa, 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 you're just, hold on. There it is. Now, some people are just going to accuse me of using 4 of the exact same card. And you know what? To that, I would say, you know what? You're correct. I am using 4 of the same card. I am using a 2 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds. Um, yeah, you guys caught me. 2 of diamonds and a 2 of diamonds. So I was using 4 of the exact same card, unfortunately. However, if you're about to get caught because you're using 4 of the same card and you shouldn't, you just need to make them all disappear. And then that way, there's actually nothing that anybody can accuse you of because now they're all gone. And that is another, I'll call it successful. It's not very refined, but like I think it gets to the heart of what Jumping Gemini is. Basically, confusing jumble of cards. Oh man, did I finish right before the ad break? I just finished right before the ad break. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room Feldenkane. Um, yeah, I think the most important part of Jumping Gemini is that you have the gag where yes, people accuse you of using 4 of the same card, and it's 4 of a completely different card. and then at the end you can show them that everything was blank. In this case, in a bind, you show them four jokers, but if you have the blank cards, it's very very nice. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, keep me honest for jumping Gemini. So thank you kindly for the claps. E Room, Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats. I would say if you weren't here, if you were interrupted by the ad break. Yeah, so as I said, I don't think that that's like the most refined performance of Jumping Gemini, but I think the most important thing is that it's confusing. Everybody thinks that you have four of the same card. You show them that it's four of the same card but a different card, and then you get out of trouble by showing them that none of the cards were anything that they thought at the end. And that's basically Jumping Gemini. So that does remind me a little bit of another trick that I like, and I haven't had a chance to practice this one lately, so maybe I should do this one. Let me see. Let me try and find it before I claim that I can do it right now. Okay. It's kind of similar. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start off with four red cards again, but I'm going to show you the faces, and the faces are blank except for the money card. So we're going to need to keep track of the money card. In this case, the Ace of Clubs. Um, so once again, if hold on, I just heard my kid uh, whining. Hopefully, she's just having a bad dream and she goes back to sleep, and I don't need to run up there. But it is, it's a dad thing to worry about. All right. Okay. All right. So as we just discussed, we have the Ace of Clubs here. And now, once again, if I was to reverse count the cards, you would expect it to be in the second position, but actually, it is not. It is here at the bottom. And now, if I was to go ahead and reverse count the cards again, you would expect it to be in the top position, right? But it's actually not. It's here. It's in the second position. Now, there might be too many cards you can't follow, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove one of the blank cards and put it over here. And even if we mix these up, hopefully you should be able to see where it is, where the money card is. So now I would give the spectator a chance to guess. And let's say they guessed, oh, it's on the top. And to that I would say, no, it's not on the top. And then, okay, must have been on the bottom then. Nope, it's actually not on the bottom. And now it's like, oh, it must be in the middle. And of course, that's not it either. And so now everybody just thinks that it's over here. And I'm like, no, this is the red herring. That's where I want you to think it is because the ace is actually over here. And if you want to know what a red herring looks like, it looks an awful lot like this. And that, my friends, is red herring. And yeah, that's very, I'd say that's similar to Jumping Gemini. So yeah, for anybody who is interested in picking up card magic, I do have all of my tutorials for things on my YouTube channel and my Patreon for like if people who financially support me at like the magician level, then you can have access to those. But yeah, those exist. Those exist. So thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, E Room. Thank you kindly. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Yeah, I took the time to draw this, so at some point I'm like, all right, I need to do the trick more so I can just use it. And I have some, so I don't know how the weather is for everybody else, but here where I am, it is cold, dry, and snowy. And today has been a very snowy day here. We had like accumulations of like a couple inches, and it's just been like cold. So, Keo Demon, welcome in, Keo Demon. Thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Let me find Keo Demon's signed card here. Um, I suppose I should have just spread the deck. Hold on. It would have been easier. Keo Demon signed 9 of spades. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. All the sniffles, says Keo Demon. Yeah, yeah. I'm a little sick as well, and I think I got it from my daughter, whom might have gotten it from school. Who knows? Current temperature in Indianapolis, 1 degree Fahrenheit. Lol. Yeah, that's very similar. So it's like I think it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit here, but it feels like 3 Fahrenheit because of the wind chill. But yeah, and it's snowing, so it's like um, anyway, guys, if you're not following our friend Keo Demon, please give Keo Demon a follow. Keo Demon is a variety gamer, plays a bunch of different games. Plays Hades. When I went to hang out last time, he was playing. Well, actually, last time it was Hades, but then the time before that was Legend of Dragoon. So strep throat, lol. Oh, yeah. Wait, do you have strep throat? That if you do, that sucks. I'm also playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, nice. Okay. Glorious. I haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics, and everybody tells me I should play it and I would love it. But um, yeah. So let's see here. So Q Demon is playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Let's see if let's try and do a magic trick with Q Demon, and then maybe can I work Final Fantasy Tactics into it somehow? Okay. All right. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. All right. We're gonna find all the kings. Oh, actually, are all the jacks right here? No, we're just gonna use all the jacks because all 4 of them are right here. Tactical cards. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So here we have Kyo Demon, and in the game of Final Fantasy Tactics, you usually control lots of different units, and so these jacks are going to represent a bunch of different units. And so here, Kyo Demon will sometimes have to set a character on a specific square or hex, and this is like before the battle begins, right? And so and we'll just leave Kyo Demon over here just for a second. And what we want to do is Q Demon is going to be thrown into the throes of um, Final Fantasy Tactics. Excuse me. So now we're going to put Q Demon here amongst these units, the red jacks. Okay, but you might have to change control very quickly from the red jacks over to the black jacks. I don't know if you saw, but jumped from here to there. A dragoon, a black mage, a knight, and a monk. Lol. Wait, what? I know if you missed it, that's okay. Because you changed control, you won this first battle, and therefore you immediately won. So, now you're going to go and approach for the next battle. We have, once again, the 4 units that comprise your army or your team for this particular battle. Last time, we actually had everybody face down. But this time, you get first strike, and so we're gonna go ahead and leave the two black jacks face up this time. We'll just put you over there just for a second. But we're gonna do something different. Since the last battle worked so well with you working with the blackjacks, we're gonna put you in between the two blackjacks and leave you over there just for a second. And when the battle begins, actually, you got first strike, but you didn't realize that because of some plot event, one of your other characters, one of your red jacks, gets destroyed, and actually, you no longer have access, so there's only one unit over here. But at the end of the day, it's not really about the tactics characters or those units, because here, Demon actually is the player of the game and takes control of the two blackjack units. And you're probably wondering, wait, where are the red units? Well, as in Final Fantasy, they sometimes take away your characters only just to bring them back. And there we have it, my friends. That is a trick called I Know Kung Fu, but themed as Demon playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh my god, Demon! Thank you so much for all the gift subs. Oh, now we have a hype train. Okay. All right, hold on. For you, those of you guys who don't know what we do here, we have to. Oh yeah, I'll wait for all the emotes to clear. But thank you so much for all the gift subs. Okay, so first things first, we have these 4 cards. We're gonna need them to help us out, and so I'm gonna set the 4 jacks over here. Okay, we're going to need a card selected. Actually, we can just use. We'll just use Q Demon sign 9 of spades. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and place Q Demon right here, and then we're gonna be using the 4 jacks to try and help us do some interesting things. So let's jack, jack, jack. They do feel loyalty for Q Demon because he was able to lead them through into battle and win. But I don't know if you can tell, but if I just go ahead and just wave my hand, 1, 2, and 3. All 4 of those jacks have disappeared and become 1 card. And actually, if I show you this 1 card right here, if I spread, that has become 4 cards. And actually, this card is Q Demon's sign 9 of spades. And over here, that 1 card has now become the 4 jacks. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, so, alright. Now, what we are going to do here is if WTF says Q Demon. Yeah. So let's say we have Q Demon sign at 9 of spades right here, right? And so we're gonna have Q Demon, if he was here, place the card somewhere into the middle of the deck. I'm going to go ahead and just use the 4 jacks as quick cover. And that quick cover, I don't know if you can tell, but there's something going on. And that quick cover has actually flipped the entire deck around Q Demon's card. I don't know if you can tell, but look, now there's 1 card facing in the opposite direction. And that card is Q Demon signed 9 of spades. Okay. The time mage be timing. I know, right? Okay, so what we have here. Actually, let's do something with the. Let's do something with the 4 jacks. Okay. So here we've got the 4 jacks. Now here's what I want to do with the 4 jacks. If I show you a magical technique. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these jacks and we're going to place them, we're going to place it over here. Okay. and we have the other 3 jacks over here. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and teach you about palming. When I palm a card, if I palm it badly, you'll be able to see it through the windows in my fingers, like that. However, if I palm it amazingly well, in this case, it might be called the invisible palm, because the invisible palm, even if I open up my fingers, you won't be able to see it, right? Yeah, and you won't be able to see it until I place my hand and I place the card down onto the table, because that's when I want you to see it. Now, some people think, whoa, 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 we're gonna break a rule of magic right now, and I'm gonna do the same trick twice. So if, once again, if I palm it badly, you'll be able to see it through my fingers, right? But now if I go ahead and I palm it, but excellently, this is called the invisible palm. I could even rotate my hand face up and show you, because it's there, you just won't be able to see it. It's just invisible, and you won't be able to see it until I place it down onto the table and place it down like this. I don't know if you can tell, but there it is. I know, is that strange? Very strange, right? And so here, let me just go ahead and leave the jack of clubs here on the table just for a second. And we're going to go ahead and palm the jack of clubs off of the bottom of the deck, okay? So here we go. What? Q Demon, thank you so much for all the gift subs, oh my god. So if I just go ahead and I palm it from the bottom, I don't know if you can tell, it's right here. I'm trying to stay out of the way of all the emotes. Okay, alright. So, but okay, here we go. Alright, I haven't done anything yet. Okay. So, I swear I didn't use that to my advantage if you could see the entire time. Okay, so now if I show you, you'll be able to see. Okay, all right, so nothing is there. But look, you won't be able to see it until I place it down on the table. And I don't know if you can. There it is. But actually, so you knew that these jacks were here, but also this was the jack of clubs. So, and there we go, is jack of clubs. All right, so even though the music is over, we are still in hype train level 3. Q Demon, thank you so much for the gift subs again. So Q Demon gave me a resub, and then you gifted 5 community gift subs, and then you gifted 5 more community gift subs. Thank you so much, Q Demon. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, all right. So anyway, we have to keep on doing magic now, right? Because so much hype, so much magic hype. Okay, all right. So let's go. You know what? Let me find Q Demon's card again really quick. All right. So here, Q Demon, you are going to be representing the card that we are trying to find, because you are special and that we need to find you. But I'm gonna go ahead and you are lost in a sea of maybe playing games, and you're in the middle of various different games, and however, I need to like make a beacon so that we can find you very easily. But in this world of Twitch, the Twitchiverse, there's all sorts of things and all sorts of people, and so you might find some people that are on the other side of the world, and you know what? They are in different time zones, and so what we're going to do to simulate this is we're going to shuffle face up into face down cards. And so look, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Hold on, I need to get like a good shuffle, face up and face down, right there. Okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead and push those together. I'm so flabbergasted. This is cute, Divin. Yeah. So, all right. So this is how messed up some of the cards are right now. So, like if you can see, um, we've got some face up, face down, face up, like all intermixed. And just to show you how messed up it is right now. So we've got a back to a front. We've got a front to a back. We've got a back to a back. Yeah, so, but all we need to do is, if anybody ever wanted to see Q Demon, definitely give Q Demon a follow and go to Q Demon stream, because you would then be able to tell immediately where Q Demon is, because Q Demon obviously would be streaming for his own stream. And so the entire deck is now, this is like your Twitch list, right? So everybody's here, and then you just wait until Q Demon's name goes live. It's like going live, and then you go and see Q Demon's stream. Memloss, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing, Memloss? uh, and all right, okay, let's see. Still hype train still going. Okay, all right. So here's what we are going to do. Let's go ahead and find. Let's okay. All right. I'm just going to use red 2s and 4s. All right. So here's Q Demon. Q Demon has the word demon in his name, and so we're going to then put Q Demon somewhere into the middle of this packet, and you know what? This packet's going to represent hell. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. So, but here's what we're gonna do. We'll reverse count, but um, actually, Kyodemon is going to be able to make it to the top. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Says True Sad a.k.a. Good, good. All right. So now if we try and take Kyodemon out, but we put Kyodemon here into the second level of hell, uh, Kyodemon makes friends and is able to then escape because look, hey, true, look, Kyudemon's right there. But that's okay. Now if we take Kyodemon out and we put Kyodemon here in the third level of hell, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and of course, Kyodemon will be able to freely leave hell whenever he wants because now Kyudemon's going to go ahead and get put in the fourth level of hell, first, second, third, fourth, and that's going to go down there. And then now, of course, Kyodemon can step out whenever, right there. Okay. And so now, of course, some people believe that Kyodemon is still in hell right now. But no, Kyudemon's over there because if I show you, these are the same twos and fours that we've been using the whole time. But look, now all I have to do is place Kyodemon here on the bottom. And of course, Kyodemon can freely walk through hell and get through any level and get raised up to the top. And that, my friends, is another trick. And that, I believe, is a hype train. Woo! All right. Let me A, catch up in chat, and B, thank everybody. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hop up here just for a second. If you haven't taken a hydrate for a little bit, please feel free to hydrate. And all right, so let me go back and read some. All right, I remember talking about it's so good tactical cards: dragoon, black mage, a knight, and a monk. Wait, what? No. And then the hype train began. So thank you so much for the initial 5 gift subs and the resub, Kyodemon. Let's see, who do we hit? Zeolus, M. Goldberg, Soki, I'm Mewtwo, and Mixtape Maker. And then, let's see, thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane and Kyodemon. WTF, the time mage be timing. And then, Kyodemon, thank you so much for the second 5 set of gift subs to the community. Kicking it up to level 3. And let's see, who do we got? We got Beth Kinda Sorta, Memloss, the Ex Visionary, Lindsay Harvey, and E Room. And E Room's like, way cool. Thank you so much for the gift sub, says E Room. And Q Demons, I'm still flabbergasted. And okay, that explains why Memloss. Memloss, thank you, Q Demon. And Q Demon says, you're a wizard, Cray. And then True Sadakai, True Sadakil. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh? No, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. But we did get a Magic the Gathering cards redeem from Kyodemon, so we're gonna have to probably do a trick for that. Sadakiel. Oh, Sadakiel. All right, Sadakiel. All right, got it. Hey, Kyo, hope you escape hell. And of course, Kyodemon did, but didn't need to because he can just walk around. He's a demon. I mean. Let's see here. So we see the redeem for Magic the Gathering card. So I'll be doing a magic trick with Magic the Gathering cards. Actually, could I do a logical conclusion? I think I might be able to do that. Frolic Chris, welcome in. How's it going, Frolic Chris? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. And then, we're taking a quick ad break, so I can quickly set up for the next trick. Actually, so I'm going to be doing a logical conclusion, and I can do that with Magic the Gathering cards. So let's go ahead and do that. I just have to find the Magic the Gathering card. Okay, here we go. So we have Magic the Gathering cards. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use... Okay, no, we're going to use these. Okay. Frolic Chris says, Merry Christmas time. All right, let me know when back. Let me know when back from ads. Or we might actually be done, but I just want to double check. Okay. Sleeping soon. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the lurk, Frolic Chris. Have a good sleep. Hopefully you rest well. Okay. All right. So next up is illogical conclusion, and we're going to be doing this trick with Magic the Gathering cards. All right. Hopefully I can handle it. All right. Okay, I'm gonna. That was a little bit ago, so I think I'm thinking everybody should be back by now. So okay, you got this. Yeah, I think yeah. I don't think I would try it if I didn't think I could do it. So all right, here we go. So here, this is a trick called the illogical conclusion. First things first, I have two piles. There's four cards in this pile. One, two, three, four. And there's four cards in this pile. But what Victor Sor, welcome in. I'm not going to show you any of the cards in this pile. I will show you all the cards in this pile, and they are all swamps. There's one, two, three, four swamps. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to slowly swap cards between these two piles, and then we'll give you a chance to try and figure out. So at the end of this, I want you to tell me what all eight cards are. Okay. So whether you see a swamp, an island, mountain, or like other cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap one card first. So we'll take one card from here, here, and now we'll count through this pile again. So here we've got one, two, three, four. All right. Now we're gonna swap two cards. So we'll swap these two. We'll take these two, and now we're gonna go ahead and show you all those. And now we're gonna go and swap three. Now we're going to go one, two, three. I think, hold on, let me see. One, two, three, four. Just might have messed something up, but I'm probably okay. So now we'll just go ahead and show you everything in this pile. There we go. And then last one, we will swap one card once again. And we'll show you everything in this pile. Right, so the important question is, how many cards did you see? Did you literally just see 8 swamps? Did you guys see the sleight of hand? I know that I'm doing some magic. Did anybody see the sleight of hand? I don't know if you saw the sleight of hand. I use a lot of sleight of hand during that trick. I don't know if you could tell. Did anybody see the sleight of hand right here? How about this one? Did anybody see this sleight of hand too? Or this sleight of hand? I actually used 4 sleight of hand. That was actually how much sleight of hand I used. I used many sleight of hands. There are actually cards called sleight of hand. And that, my friends, is an illogical conclusion done with Magic the Gathering cards. Victor Sor said, I have a vague feeling you had cards on top of each other. Oh, dang, very nice, says Victor Sor. And QD and Victor Sor, lol, I thought you were literally asking how it was done. Esron Music, welcome in. How's it going? Are these revision decks? No, so these are just miscellaneous cards that I have laying around that I use for Magic. For sleight of hand Magic, they're Magic the Gathering cards that I have for sleight of hand Magic. Thank you for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane, Q Demon, and Victor Sword, lol. Yeah, so they're very different. So like this one is from M13. Like you can just look at the expansion symbols. This one is like I think a Ravnica symbol. This one's M13, M13. This one is I think from one of the Masters sets. It was reprinted as an uncommon somewhere, but Yeah. Okay. A magician never reveals his secrets. I mean, I revealed a secret earlier about how I do the back palm, but that's I figured that was okay. Let's see. For anybody who wanted a redux of the back palm, so we were talking about card manipulation. There was me and I think somebody in chat. I think it was Jimmy Page. And so there's a trick where you can hold a card and then you make it disappear and then you make it reappear. So boom, boom. So yeah, one, two, and hold on. One. I'm trying to read chat, and so I just need to focus. One, two. All right, disappear and reappear. There you go. So that's, and I will tell you how that's done. There's a palm. It's called the back palm, and you hide it behind your hand. So there you go. Um, but yeah, so I technically revealed that secret earlier. We did talk about some other things that would probably be construed as magic secrets, but I don't think. I mean, first of all, I trust everybody in chat, so it's okay. Don't go blabbing all the secrets, whatever. SR Music says, haven't played since the 90s, but I loved it. Awesome. I haven't played. Well, actually, I played. When did I play last? I played. Last time I played in person was maybe about 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. Basically before the pandemic. I certainly haven't played any in real life Magic since the pandemic, but I did end up creating a Magic the Gathering Arena account to claim one of my Final Fantasy products, but I didn't play. I haven't played any, so on Arena. But yeah, Sapphire Stern, welcome in. Good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for coming over. And let's see here. So yeah, the reason why I have just set aside certain Magic the Gathering cards to do is that if I have older Magic the Gathering cards, the print run consistency was not very good. So you can't have them like glide across each other like this. Some of them also don't. They're not flat. So like some of the older sets have cards and they would just naturally curl over time, and that's very bad also for handling. And so I just needed like later expansions so that the print run quality of cards were the same, flat, and can glide over each other. So, um, but yeah, so that's why I have specific cards set aside for Magic. Also, like it's hard for a lot of people who don't play Magic the Gathering to identify like specific cards. So I mostly use basic lands because they're just visually easy to see. Sapphire says, "I'm doing good. How about you?" I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but I actually had a little. I don't want to say it was a diatribe, but I had a little discussion earlier. And it was just like, yeah, I don't want to be negative all the time. So, SROM says, "I'm bitter. I had a box filled with revision. Oh, okay, artifacts that my dad threw. Oh, do you mean revised? I think was the third set of Magic. But yes, throwing away cards back then, you didn't know how much some of them were going to be. Like it's like right now, if I throw away some of my um, Disney Lorcana cards, I don't know. It's but I no, I remember losing some cards, some Star Wars cards, Star Wars collectible card game or customizable card game when I was a kid, and I felt like they were stolen, but they probably weren't. They were just probably misplaced, and then somebody else found them. It was like, oh, I must have dropped some cards, and they thought they were their cards. So anyway, those cards that I lost in Star Wars ended up amounting to probably less than like $10 worth of stuff. But it's okay. You live and you learn. All right, let's see. That was illogical conclusion. If anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. Right now is the queue is empty, so feel free to request. There is a trick I do want to practice right now because it's a relatively new trick and it's actually not a card trick. So, SROM says, yeah, they were just dumb toys taking up space in the attic to him. Yeah, that's unfortunately how it is. So, this trick is called the Chinese Coin Challenge, and we have 3 Chinese coins which have a hole in them. So So if you take a look right there, and I've threaded these three onto this ribbon. And so what we're going to do now, for anybody who doesn't know, these are just replica coins, but these are not real. And back in ancient China, you would have issues having pockets because pockets were considered a luxury, right? And so you would oftentimes keep them on a string. Soki, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the gift sub, says Soki. And so you would try and have thieves stealing coins, but not trying to take them off of the ends. They would try and take them off like, you know, one, two, and like that. And so now we've got two coins left on the string. And so now we're going to go ahead and try and take a second one off of the ribbon. And once again, they would repeat. If you were here, I'd have you just clasp these two right here. And we would go ahead and go 1, 2, and 3. And that just came right off right here. I don't know if you could tell, but look. So now we've got one left. So we have right there. So now let's go ahead and make this one come off. And now you might be paranoid because you're like, oh, I've just lost 2 coins. Now I want to go ahead and keep this third coin safe. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this coin in this hand around the ribbon so that there's no possible way anybody could get it. But as we all know, they were very skillful at removing the coins. Because now if I show you, that coin has disappeared. Where has it gone? Well, it has gone. Whoops. Here's 1, and 2, and 3. There you go. And that, my friends, is something I'm practicing. Full disclosure, I do have to practice it because I tried to do it in real life for my wife, even though she hates magic. I was like, hey, can you, can I do this trick on you? And she was like, I'm seeing you do everything. And I'm like, oh, that's depressing. I thought it probably looked okay on stream, right? I'm guessing. Thank you kindly for the clap. Sapphire Stern. And thank you kindly for the emotes. Saki, lol, yeah. Guys, if you're not following our friends, by the way, please give Saki a follow. She is a singer, and I did get a chance to meet her at TwitchCon Las Vegas when I went a few years ago. There may have been a tiny flash. Oh, Ezra! Thank you for letting me know. So see, that also proves that I need to practice that more. But thank you. Also, guys, you're not following our friend SROM Music. Please give SROM Music a follow. Uh, SROM does a very ambient and groovy music streams. So definitely give our friend SROM Music a follow. Um, let me see. That was this one. Let me also make sure, guys, if you're not following our friend Frolic Chris stepped in but had to step out. So Frolic Chris, also a musician, pianist as well. Let's see here. Oh, if you guys are not following our friend Memlos, and of course, how can I forget, if you guys are not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens, pianist, composer, released his first album earlier this year. Pretty soon I'll be saying last year. um, but is also a software developer by day. Works for Double Fine, and we recently here just played Double Fine's latest game, Keeper, on stream. So definitely check out Keeper if you are into exploration, experiential games with some puzzles. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a wild ride. So if you want surprises, there are surprises. But I was able to beat the game in 2 streams. And I think they were about 4 hours each stream, so about 8 hours. I was going very slow and taking screenshots of everything. By the way, I still have to put all of my screenshots. I'm actually not sure if I want to put all the screenshots. I don't want to spoil everything in just my screenshot montage, but um, and we will drop that probably in my Discord at some point. So speaking of which, if anybody wants to hop in to the Discord, I do announce all my random when I go live other streams. So this is the only one. The Sleight of Hand Sundays are my only ones that I have on the schedule. But if I do other streams during the week, I let people know. So last week was playing Keeper, and I think this week I'm probably going to. I do want to play some more U-Beat, which if anybody hasn't seen, it's a rhythm game where it's like played on a 4x4 grid. I have an arcade machine in my house. It's not mine. I'm just kind of taking care of it for a friend. But I've had a few streams with it. Somebody else called it DDR with for your hands, and so if you like rhythm games. All right, next up, let me get ready for a trick as requested by Sapphire's Turn called Birds of a Feather, and then also let me know when back. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. Wow, arcade. All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah. See, I don't have both screen. So I was on the streamer song list that time, and I was like, okay. So I don't have all the screens open on my side either. All right. Okay. So this trick is called Birds of a Feather. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I have the 4 jacks. Let me introduce them to you. We have the Jack of Clubs. We have the Jack of Diamonds. We have the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Hearts. Now, here's what we are going to do. With these 4 jacks, I'm going to leave them right here. And if you were here, I would have you cut about 3/4 of this deck off and place it off to the side over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. If you were here, you could cut yourself. It could be off by 1 or 2 cards. Not a big deal. We just kind of want to get a rough estimate about. So now, if you um, were here, I'd ask you to cut off about 2/3 of this and place it over here. So let's say you cut it there. Once again, if you were here, you can cut. Could be off a little bit. And then I ask you to cut about half of this and place it down here. So let's say you cut it here. It could be off by a little bit. Doesn't really matter. So what I want to do for each one of these piles is I'm going to mark each pile with one of these jacks, okay? And so we'll mark that one with that jack. We'll mark this one with this jack. We'll mark this one with this jack. And then we'll mark this last one with this jack, okay? So now, here's what we're going to do. I happen to have enough writing implements. So we have a pen, a thin Sharpie, and a thick Sharpie. And we are going to go ahead and use them to draw, not literally draw, but like pull them all together. I'm going to have all of the birds flock together here onto this pile. So if you can't tell, all of the jacks are being drawn through these writing implements down to this pile because this is where they're pointing. And now if I show you, would you believe that all of the jacks are now down here? You don't have to believe because I'm going to show you. Because look, here we have the jack of clubs. Here we have the jack of diamonds. Here we have the jack of hearts. And here we have the jack of spades. But now, what if I told you you were also good enough that each time you cut to a very specific place in the deck, a very special place in the deck. There can't be coincidences, right? Because if I show you, you happen to cut to the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the ace of diamonds. And that is another set of birds that flock together. And that, my friends, is birds of a feather. Thank you for the eyes, Soki. Thank you for the mind blown and the claps. Sapphire's turn. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for the request. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Soki. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Let's see if anybody wants to request anything. The queue is currently empty. Um, let's see. I'm thinking about ending in the next like 20 minutes too. So uh, let's do last call. If anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. If you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Okay. So the other day I was doing some magic for some people. It was for like a holiday party that it was not like one that I was hired for. This was just I was attending, and I was doing some tricks. They all knew that I do magic because I've done magic for them before. And I got called out. I think it was like a high schooler. She called me out and she like while I was doing a trick. She's like, "You're holding two cards." And I'm like, "I'm not going to confirm or deny." I'm like I'm like, "Ugh. Ugh." All right, I see Estrom has requested a trick. Let's go ahead and get ready for the Devil's Elevator. Okay, let's see here. This is for SROM. All right, SROM, thank you so much for the gigantic emote. Thank you kindly. What's that? Excreation. Okay, all right. So, um, okay, here we go. Oh, let me remove the writing implements. I don't want those to distract here. Okay. All right. So here we've got the 2 through 5 of clubs. You'll see why we have those in a minute. And over here we have the red sixes and nines. Aside from the obvious meme reason why I'm using sixes and nines, this trick is called the Devil's Elevator. And at certain angles, this might look like 666. And so that is a good reason for why we are using them. Now, I'm going to leave the 4 red sixes and nines over here, and I'm going to lay out all of the clubs over here, and you'll be able to see. So 5, most of my Xmas emotes have an X at the beginning. Ah, I see. Okay. 4. That makes sense. 3. And then we'll put the 2 on top of these. Now, if for anybody who doesn't know, the hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. And so as all good businesses, there is a maintenance elevator. So if you ever find yourself stuck in any of the levels of hell, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth levels of hell, let's say you are now the 2 and you are finding yourself lost in the second level of hell, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. All you have to do is you want to find the devil's maintenance elevator. You get in it, press the elevator button. The elevator will do its thing, and in this case, it will bring you up to the surface or the topmost level of hell, which is the one closest to the surface, and therefore you could then easily escape from hell. So let's go ahead and once again we have the 3. So let me go ahead and put the 3 here in the third level, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The 3 knows, find the devil's elevator, get in there, press the elevator button, and I don't know if you know, but that will bring the 3 up to the uppermost level of hell, in this case, the top, and this is the easiest to escape hell. Some people think that some of them were in hell the whole time, but no, if I show you these are the same red 6s and 9s that we've been playing with the entire time. Let's go ahead and place the 4 right here into the fourth level of hell. First, second, third, fourth. And the 4 is going to get into the devil's elevator. Press the elevator button. The elevator will do its thing. And the 4 will come back up to the top. And of course, some people think that there's more levels of hell. And to that, I would say, maybe you are correct normally, but for the purposes of this trick, there are only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But all we have to do is the 5 knows to get into the devil's elevator, press the elevator button. The elevator will take its time coming up to the topmost level of hell. And then the 5 will have made it up to the top. An escape from hell it does. And that, my friends, is the devil's elevator. Thank you kindly for that request, SROM Music. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for that request. Thank you kindly for the emotes, SROM. Thank you kindly for the claps, Sapphire Stern, Felden Kane. SROM, thank you kindly for the applause. Victor Sor, how to request? Oh, so I have hooked up a trick list through using StreamerSonglist. So I've used a bot basically that musicians will use. If you look in chat right now, there's a pinned list, and it's a link to StreamerSonglist slash crazy, slash t slash crazy Asian. That actually, yeah, this will explain it too. And you can click on that. You will see the list of tricks that I know that you can request on stream. I know more than that, but like these are the ones that I feel comfortable like having on the list that people can just tell me to do basically on stream at any given time. But so yeah, you can request by going there, clicking on it. Usually you want to log in through StreamerSonglist with your Twitch name because then it'll know to associate the requester here. If you know how to use commands, you can do ! trick requests and then the name of the trick. So, like, for example, I know I have a trick called Overture, so I just did trick ! TR for trick request, and then it put Overture in the list. If there isn't anything in the list, it'll be like cannot find. But yeah, so you can click on the button directly in StreamerSonglist, or you can use the chat commands as the way to request. So, all right. and I already put Overture in there, so let's go ahead and do that. So why not? Okay. So here I've got four cards. We have the two red twos and the two black jacks. Now, I think at a quick glance, nobody will ever mix up the two red twos with the two black jacks, so that's why I chose them. I'm going to go ahead and turn the two black jacks face down, and we'll put the two red twos in between them, like this, face up. Okay. So now, if I was to reverse the cards, nothing is going to change because the two red twos are still face up. But instead of doing that this time, what if I did something magical? What if I held the packet and gave it a magical shake? This magical shake, believes it or not, changes everything because now in between is going to be the two face up black jacks between the two face down red twos. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? So weird. Um, so now, once again, let me just go ahead and do this. But um, all we have to do is do the magical shake. Hold this, give it a magical shake. I don't know if you can tell, but look, that's changed everything. So now in between the two red twos are now face up. And that, my friends, is Overture. All right, Victor Sor, you got a request in. Excellent. So, Victor Sor has requested Little Devil, which is kind of like the portable version of the Devil's Elevator. So we saw that not that long ago. So we should be able to do um, a comparison if you guys would like. And so actually, you guys did get a chance to see this earlier if you were here for the hype train. I did this with Q Demon, Q Demon signed cards. So, I could change. I do a different trick too. It's too similar. I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to request another one? I mean, I don't mind doing it again. But yeah, like I think from like a perspective, unless you appreciate like card tricks, it will be very similar to the Devil's Elevator. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll get rid of this one, and then you can request another one for the fun of the audio. I mean, yeah, the end result is, if there's people watching in chat and they appreciate the magic, I'm happy with that. If there's nobody in chat, if I'm practicing magic, I'm happy with that. Like, I don't know, I'm pretty laid back. I'm pretty open. There's like there's been streams where I've done the same trick like 3 or 4 times. Like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Oh, I did do a trick earlier that I did not give myself credit for. Let me do that. Nah, I'm just gonna check that off. Yeah, the other thing about StreamerSonglist is that I get to have stats. I love having stats of like what tricks I've done, how frequently, when the last time I did a trick was. Um, and for a while I was like, oh, it's so new, I don't know when to do it. But then it's like, now I'm really getting stats. It's like, oh, man, I haven't done this trick in like 4 months or something. It's just like it's very eye opening. So and so while Victor clear card coin matrix. All right. You can always count on me for requesting Devil's Elevator. All right, excellent, SROM. Okay. So, all right. Let me know when back from ads, and then let me get all the stuff for the clear card coin matrix. Like, I think I've done the coin matrix like 3 times this stream already. This one is slightly different though, because I'm going to be doing it with clear cards. Actually, let me do this regular before I actually do it. Pretty sure I've requested it every time I've been in chat. Awesome, SROM. Yeah, no, for certainly if it's your favorite trick of mine, You're more than welcome to request it every time. There's some people whose streams I go in, like music streams, and I'll request like the same like song every time because you know you love it, right? So makes perfect sense. Also, I realize, I mean, some people have like hundreds or thousands of songs in their song list, and I'm like a magician, and it's like to know and remember that many tricks. It's just like adds over. Awesome. All right, cool. And it's just like, if there's 81 people that request tricks, I will already have a double. So it's like I get it. I realize that there will be. All right. So for this one, I will do the regular version first, and then we will do the clear card one, so you understand and realize um, the implications here. Okay. So can we? All right. Excellent. So first things first, we've got 4 cards, we've got 4 coins. This is not the clear card version. I'm going to do the regular version first. So we're just going to go ahead and cover each coin with a card. And I'm going to go ahead and make them jump from corner to corner. We're going to make this one go from here to there. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can tell, but that's how it jumps. 1, 2, 3. Happens really quick. I don't know if you saw that, but now we're going to do the last one. 1, 2, 3. Now, that was with these cards that you can't see through. So, here's what we're going to do now. We will now do this trick, and this is the request, with these clear cards. So as you can tell, you can see through them. And so I'm going to cover each coin with one of these. And we're going to go ahead and do basically the same way. So if this reveals anything about how the trick is done, um, well, there you go. All right, so here we go. Ready? All right, so 1, we're going to make the coins jump from here to there. Okay, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Next one. It happens pretty quick. So 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell. And then this last one. 1, 2, and 3. Now, some people are thinking, hey, wait a second. There's something suspicious about the cards. Here, I'm going to show you both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that, my friends, is the clear card coin matrix. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you were here, you could fully inspect these coins. They're normal. There's nothing. And you do it with 4 borrowed coins. There you go. Uh, Victor Sora says, "Oh wow, epic!" Estrov music, lol, bro. That was some strong magic, says Victor. Thank you kindly, Victor Sora. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps. Saffron Stern, Felden Kane, Victor Sora, E Room. Thank you guys for all those claps. Yeah, so that was. I don't want to say that that idea was original, but I was partially inspired by the fact that I had these things, and then I was also inspired by the fact that somebody tried to do a similar thing, and they called it like the transparent matrix, but really the cards were translucent. And I'm like, that's not really transparent. I'm like, this is transparent. I can see through this. The other ones are translucent, which you can kind of still. But if I was to do that one on stream, it would immediately give everything away because I could not do that on my mat. And so I'm like, ugh, I need a version of this where I can do it just with this on my mat. So I basically developed this version, which is effectively that. So you guys just saw it. But there you go. That was the clear card coin matrix. But yeah, I love the coin matrix. That's like one of the few not card tricks that I do, and so I'm just like, this is like my non card trick. All right, cool. Once again, the queue is empty. If anybody wants to request anything, um, let's do another last call. I did see a bunch of people request in the past like 20 minutes, so let's see if there's another last call. If anybody else wants to see any more magic, let us know. Uh, the good news is that you would not have to forever hold your peace. You can just hold your peace until my next magic stream, which is usually 1 week. So, uh, Charlie's Beats has requested a trick. So let's go ahead and find 3 travelers. Okay. So, okay. So here we have um, the three cards, which will be our travelers. Let me just go ahead and place the three over here, the two of spades over here, and then the ace of spades we'll go ahead and place on top. So each one represents a traveler, and I'm going to put the ace here on the bottom. But if I go ahead and I press the elevator button, that ace will travel from the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually going to go from the bottom to the top. Do you guys see that? Because look, now the ace has traveled all the way up to the top. Now, if we take the two, place it on top, we press the down elevator button. It makes it go from the top all the way. I don't know if you saw it move just now. It went from the top all the way down to the bottom. Because now if I show you, here's the two. And now, oh, actually, so here's the three, but I just want to show you that the three is going to be experiencing new technology. And so, look, if I go ahead and I place the three over here, they're going to be transported. If you guys are familiar with transporter, let's go ahead and transport them. And it goes from this transporter site over to here, because now if I show you, the three has materialized over here. And that, my friends, is the three travelers. Thank you kindly for that request. Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern. Felden Kane. Thank you kindly. E-Room. S-Raw Music. Victor Soares says, sorry, I will be off and on paying attention because I have to write some Python code and run a test by tomorrow, but I will be lurking. All right. No worries, Victor Soares. I'm actually thinking about ending soon anyway, so. But thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. But thank you for the request, Charlie. And Victor Soares, thanks for requesting a trick and hanging out. But yeah, no, I totally understand writing code. If you have to write it for, I don't know, a project or for school or for work, I totally get it. Tomorrow's Monday, you know. I'm currently unemployed, but I am a software engineer, so I, I totally get it. Uh, I actually started picking up Python actually in the past few months, but haven't done too much with it. So, yep, PhD application due tomorrow. Oh, all right. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, get that application in. You can request more tricks next time. All right. Okay. So, all right. Once again, if anybody wants to see any more tricks, go ahead and request them. Otherwise, I'm going to do my outro, and then I will definitely do a finale trick. But and if we get any other tricks, we will do those before the finale trick. But I'll close down the queue after I do the outro. So, all right, everybody. So, thank you very much for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, picked a card, did a sound alert, shared emotes, any and all of those things. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me, so thank you very much. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. Magic has to happen in your mind. Um, Thank you so much for all of the support today. Thank you so much to Keo Demon for the 10 gift subs and the resub. Thank you so much to Esra Music for the gigantic emote bits. Thank you to Felden Kane for the 100 bits. Thank you, Princess Na, for the raid. And let's see. And thank you. Let me see here. Just make sure I got everything. Um, Sulky says, "Thanks. Take care always." Yeah. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the stream, Nam. My pleasure. Thank you guys for coming in. Um, Also, if you guys are not following our friends and mods, please give our friends and mod Chan the Magic Man, Chan, one of the other magicians on Twitch that has a magic schedule. Definitely give him a follow. Catch him on Mondays for Magic Monday. If you see him other times, he might be playing retro games, Grand Theft Auto, solving Rubik's cubes, so all sorts of things. And of course, if you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow as well. GipsonLens is a pianist, composer, uh, written his own originals, released his first album earlier this year, is also a software developer for Double Fine Studios, which recently released a game a couple months ago called Keeper. You may have seen me playing it earlier this week. We beat Keeper in 2 sessions. Took me about 7.5 to 8 hours. So I was going very slow though. I was taking my time and taking screenshots. Um, so thank you guys. And also, if anybody was concerned that any of this was real magic, everything that you saw here today was sleight of hand and good presentation and blood, sweat, and tears. But if you still think that it's real magic, um, don't tell the feds because then they'll just want to cut me open and dissect me. No, no, it's not black magic or sorcery or any of that. Just good old sleight of hand. Victor Sor asks, "What do you primarily code in as software engineer?" Just curious. I'm fully convinced you are a high elf from the Shadow Realm. Thanks, Victor Sor. So my expertise, my work experience is mostly in the Microsoft stack. So .NET, C Sharp. Um, I've worked a little bit with ASP.NET. I've worked with other like Microsoft. I've done some front end HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but like I'm not too big a front end. So one of the things that I lack that a lot of like applications that I put in kind of reject me for is like I don't have modern framework years of expertise. Like I've been exposed to them. I might have used them for a few months here and there. I wouldn't say that I know them well enough to be like I have years of work experience in this. But otherwise, it's like I could pick it up. Like I understand JavaScript enough. It's like oh nice. C is a strong yeah. So I have C yeah C sharp is I don't know C that well. I've been exposed to C++. I'd rather not work with C++ now because memory management is a pain. Um, but yeah, so that and I'm also a data nerd, so relational databases, SQL Server, Postgres are like my databases that I have most experience in. SROM says, "Phew, I was terrified. All of my disbelief in the supernatural had been incorrect. Thanks for the clarification." Look, it may or may not be correct. I'm just, covering my butt. Like if there were witches and demons and devils and things and they are like, "Hey, why are you?" and I'm just like, "No, no, it's just sleight of hand." Like I don't want to piss them off, right? Like ha ha. So, um all right. Now, so if anybody wants to see more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube channel. I recently hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube and I'm still growing. So definitely check me out over there. I have over 300 magic tricks. Um, if you want to see more of me here on Twitch, definitely join the Discord. I'll be announcing any of my pop-up streams, which I'm intending on playing U-Beat this week. So I have an arcade game machine in my house. I'll tell you more about it. It's not mine. I'm just borrowing it. Let's see. And anything else? All right. So, oh yeah, I have to choose a finale trick. Pfft, hold on. Oh, that's solid. Solid growth. Bravo. Excellent. Thank you, SROM. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, my next milestone should be 1,000 followers here on Twitch. So I have been getting some more followers recently. So I'm like less than 30 people away from 1,000 followers here on Twitch. So that's probably going to be my next milestone. Um, But yeah, so I think for my finale trick, let's do Picasso Aces, one of my favorite tricks to perform. But yeah, so everything is going good. I've also been putting myself out there to do real magic gigs. So I often talk about my real magic gigs here on stream. So if you want to catch some of the other VODs, I think I say like right in the stream title, like, oh, had some magic gigs or whatever. So if you want to hear about real magic gigs, I talk about those too. All right. Excellent. So with that, let's go ahead and I'm going to close the queue. And then we'll do the finale, and then we'll find someone to raid. So here's the thing: if I mess up the finale, I don't like ending on a trick that I mess up on. So we'll do another finale. But if I don't mess it up, then we'll find somebody to raid. All right, cool. So here we go. First things first, I want to show you this deck, and I'm spreading this out because I want you to see that this is a blue back deck. These aces, I don't want you to believe came from this deck. These are aces that came from a different deck. So here, the Ace of Hearts, red backed. So Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. So these are all from a red back deck of cards. So with these four aces, what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and lay them out, and we're going to try and collect them together. Oh, we're taking a quick ad break. All right. Okay. I'm going to hop back up here. We'll start over. All right. Let me know when back. Yeah, because I think we want it to be very cohesive for everybody who is watching. I also don't want to have like an interrupt, but yeah. The real magic trick is turning ads on for us for the final performance. I mean, I guess so. So yeah, ever since I became unemployed, I was like, I should turn on more ads just so that I can, get some side money while I'm looking for a new job. Because before, not only a programmer but also a hacker. I mean, it's not like it's literally an option in settings if you're a Twitch affiliate. So, but like, yeah, when when I lost my job, I was like, you know, so when I was working, I only had one stream a week. I just did Sleight of Hand Sunday. So I've been doing Sleight of Hand Sundays for like years, but I didn't want to bog down stream, so I didn't really have ads. But then after the unemployment happened, I was like, you know, I should at least try and see if I can make something happen. So now I do have some ads, just to see if I can make a few extra bucks while looking for work again. But joking, I'm fine with it. Yeah, so I think you guys are fine with it. Definitely tell me if you want me to pause, because I'm more than happy to pause for it. But um, yeah, other people in chat were like, "No, you take Twitch's ad money," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yes, yeah." So DJ Magic Mike, welcome in. How's it going? As long as you wait for us getting back. I mean, yeah, I'm more than like, especially for the Magic, like that's no problem. I can pause it. It's harder to pause like a game, and it's like if I'm in the middle of something, or sometimes I don't even realize that an ad happened while I'm like engrossed in the video game or whatever. So certainly, if I'm playing like a rhythm game, I won't be able to stop. Welcome in, DJ Magic Mikey. How's it going? Um, Guys, you're not following our new friend DJ Magic Mikey. Please give DJ Magic Mikey a follow. DJ Magic Mikey is a magician. Um, actually raided in yesterday, but I actually went to check out the stream. I did see that there was some legit magic happening. But welcome in. DJ Magic Mikey, I was actually doing my finale trick, but was there any DJ Magic Mikey, before I do this, do you have any card tricks that you happen to like or know that you like or know the names of? Because I might know it. I could show you a trick before we do our finale. Esrom says there is so little money in ads unless there's a few hundred people in chat. I think $3 is the most I ever got in ad rev. I like a good triumph. All right, let me go ahead and do a triumph for DJ Magic Mikey, and then we'll do our finale. Um, but yeah, DJ Magic Mikey rated us yesterday. I was not doing magic, unfortunately, but I am tonight, so I figure we should show something. Okay, here we go. All good. Ha! Glad I caught some. All right, awesome. All right, first things first. Let's have a card represent DJ Magic Mikey. All right, let's say the four of clubs can represent DJ Magic Mikey, and so DJ Magic Mikey is lost in the Twitchiverse. So here is the deck. The deck is going to represent the Twitchiverse, and we're going to go ahead and have DJ Magic Mikey lose himself in the Twitchiverse. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and just shuffle. You never know when DJ Magic Mikey is going to be going live, and so here's what we're going to do. You try and look at the schedules. You see so many names. Maybe if you haven't used Twitch before, you're very overwhelmed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shuffle face up into face down cards. This is going to represent people's schedules. Hold on, that was not very good. There we go. This is going to represent people's schedules intermingling and messing up and like overlapping. And so let's show you how messed up this is. So we've got face up, face down cards all over the place. And so here we've got like a back to a front. Here we have a front to a back. Here we have a, nope, that's a front to a back. Here we have a, let me find an example. A back to a back, just so that you guys can see. All right. But this is awesome, says DJ Mike, Magic Mikey. All right. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you want to see DJ Magic Mikey go live, all you need to do is give him a follow and wait for that message to go live, because now every single card, now that your list is organized, all you have to do is just watch that name, wait for it to go live, and then you'll see that it is DJ Magic Mikey. And that, my friends, is This is a Triumph. All right, you guys are that are real gamers will know that reference. Um, Thank you kindly for the applause, DJ Magic Mikey, and the clap, Sapphire Stern, and DJ Magic Mikey, and Felden Kane. Portal reference, absolutely. Victosaurus, Family Guy, Family Man. Sorry, I said Family Guy, but Family Man Guile. All right, so. All right, back to the finale. And if I succeed at the finale, then we'll find somebody to raid. And if I mess up the finale, I'm going to do another finale trick, because I don't like ending on a trick that I mess up on. So here we go. This one is called Picasso Aces. I love ending with this one because it's one of my favorite tricks. All right, so before the ad break, I had started, but anyway, so I'm showing you the deck because it's a blue back deck. And over here we have aces. I don't want you to believe that these aces came from this deck because these aces are red backed. So here we have the ace of hearts. Here we have the ace of clubs. Here we have the ace of diamonds. And here we have the ace of spades. Now, here's what we're going to do with these 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. I'm going to go ahead and lay them out onto the table, and they will be in 4 different piles. But by the end of the trick, I would love for them to be all together in the same pile. And so we'll leave the ace of spades up there, but I'm not allowed to like put them together because that would not be like magical, right? That would just be cheating, I guess. We're just doing it the regular way. So I'm going to use 3 cards on each pile, and we're going to cover them up like this, like this, like this, and like this. Square up. And now you'll be able to see that here the ace is still here, and it is still amongst these cards. But it's not until I grab that red ace and I swap it for one of these blue cards. Because now if I show you in this pile, there's blue, 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 blue backed cards, and if we take a look, none of these are actually aces. So before we knew that there was one red ace here, right? But now if we take a look, there's actually blue, red, red, and blue. So there's two and two. I know. Is that strange? Very strange. Okay, look, we can do it again. So you can still see that the ace is right here, right? But it's not until I do this strange thing where I grab the red card. Not physically, just like ethereally. And we swap it for a blue card right there. Because now, if I go through this, one, two, three, four blue cards, and none of these are an ace. And before we had two and two, but now if I show you, there's actually a blue, red, red, and a red card, right? So three red, one blue. Now, some people are like, there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say you are watching a sleight of hand card magic stream. But anyway, so here, let me leave the ace, so you can tell that the ace is still here because you can see it from the back. But also, if I show you from the front, you can see that the ace is still there. However, not until I do this uh, swap, not physical swap, but maybe metaphysical swap. I'll take that last blue card. And now if I show you, we have one, two, three, four blue backed cards. And if I show you all of the faces, none of them are aces. Estrom's got the lull. And before, there were three and one, but now if I show you, there's one, two, three, four red backed cards. And if I show you their faces, they are the ace of diamonds, ace of spades, ace of clubs, and ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is Picasso aces. And I will call that a successful finale. All right. I assume Esrom was laughing at one of the jokes about the ethereal metaphysical. Is that what you're laughing at, Esrom? Let's see. Thank you kindly for the applause, Esrom. And DJ Magic Mikey says, never saw a version using the backs. That was awesome. Thank you, DJ Magic Mikey. Thank you kindly for the claps. DJ Magic Mikey, Sapphire Stern, E-Room. And yeah, DJ Magic Mikey, that is probably one of my favorite assemblies, and that is actually called Picasso Aces by Max Maven. So if you want to look it up or see other performances, um, check it out. Yeah, I did not officially learn that through any sort of means. I watched a lot of performance videos and reverse engineered it, so that is the reason why I know it. Um, so it was difficult, but I was like, when I first saw the trick, I was like, this trick is so beautiful, and I'm like, I need to learn how to do that. And then I was like, oh man, I couldn't find like an explanation for it anywhere, so I was just like, all right, okay, what does it happen? And so it's like, all right, how do you get from here to there? Okay, how do you get from here to there? All right, it's just like it's a very iterative process, but I finally got there, and of course, I just showed you the whole trick, so obviously I learned the whole thing. So, but there we go. But yeah, the effect is so beautiful, and it was just like, and I was like, and I love performing it too. Like the slides are great. I've worked my pattern that, this is exactly how I want to present it, right? So yeah, rest in peace, Max Maven. Yeah, so also DJ Magic Mikey, I don't know if you know, I have a YouTube channel. You can see basically any of the tricks that I've done. I have a YouTube video for, but I have like over 300 magic tricks on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out. But if you want to reference that, I have Max Maven. I actually did a rest in peace video for Max Maven, so I like that one and his other trick Overture, which I also performed earlier on stream. But yeah, so. And Sapphire Stern, thank you for the mind blown. And Estron was like, I was laughing at. Some people would suggest that there are some shenanigans. I'd say to them, you were watching a sleight of hand magic. Okay, that's. See, and so I work that line. I say that most of the time when I perform the trick too. So it's like, I have the beats down for my presentation of that trick. And if I vary, it's a little bit, but yeah, awesome. Checking out now. All right, cool. Thanks, DJ Magic Mike. Yeah, if it's mostly card tricks. There's a couple non-card tricks, but for the most part, I'd like to come up with like interesting presentations and stuff for some tricks. So, all right, there we go. So that was that. Oh yeah. So once again, I'll just do. If anybody wants to hang out in the Discord, come hang out in my Discord. I'll also announce any random streams that I do, like pop-up streams. But otherwise, or if DJ Magic Mikey, if you want to talk Magic, hop in the Discord. We can you can DM me or we can chat Magic or whatever. So let me know. All right, let's go find somebody to raid. So normally I like to raid some Twitch friends. We often choose like a music Twitch friend because music is a performing art and magic is a performing art. And I do have a bunch of music Twitch friends. Lately we have been just jumping around to all of my friends. So there are video game friends I've got too. So let's see who's on. Um, DJ Magic Mike says, sounds good. All right, awesome. And then Sapphire Stone, thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming by, Sapphire Stone. I know it's like first thing early in the morning for you, but thank you for coming in. And I'm actually glad you got to see something. Sometimes I know that you've come in, Sapphire Stone, and then I end because it's like very close. But for right now, I don't have anywhere pressing to go tomorrow because, as I said, I'm currently unemployed, looking for work. So, all right, let me see here. We have hold on. Let me. So if it's not surprising, I have a stream spreadsheet, so I have to see if we've rated this person before, because I think. Oh, okay. Maybe we don't have to rate that person. Great stream as always, Nam. Thank you, and thank you, Esrom, and thanks again for the raid. Oh yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. Um, yeah, we rated Esrom. Was it yesterday? Or was it yesterday or a few days ago? Definitely earlier this week. So I think I want to raid. Normally we don't go this late, so I'm just like, okay. When was the last time we rated this person? Sorry, I'm checking the spreadsheet now. We haven't rated this person for like over a month, so we're probably about due. So, okay, let's go over to. Oh, let me just make sure they're still going. And oh, they have a be right back screen, and I got an ad. All right, so let's go over there anyway, because that means be right back. That implies that they're going to be back. So, all right, so we're going to go over to our friend Seven Senchi. She's currently streaming right now. She is a flautist, musician, also sings. And I also got a chance to meet her at TwitchCon Las Vegas in 2023. So if anybody would like to come along for the raid, here's a regular raid call. Here's a sub raid call. Um, Here is the raid target. If you end up getting left behind, let me officially start the raid here. And let me copy my own raid call. And it looks like she's back now. So perfect timing. All right. Oh, let me unpin this so that, yeah, okay, cool. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out, hanging out, everybody. Thank you for being here, and hopefully everybody enjoyed. Remember to take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. Remember to get good sleep, because we all know how hard it is to get good sleep nowadays. And great seeing you all. Hopefully we'll see you guys around, and take care. All right. Bye.